Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Teresa. Today I want to talk to you about the benefits of routines. Actually, I was reading through some pages in my journal and I was able to identify what I was feeling and going through at one point, and then when I discovered what was missing as I adjusted and ebbed and flowed through that situation. And one of the main things was that I had gotten off of my routine. Well, I know the benefits that routines have in our life, but sometimes we just get unaligned and we get off track off of our routines. But once you realize, like, you are consciously aware of how important routines can be and how they can really help us get through these times, it is so beneficial. So today, I want to talk to you about the benefits of routines so we can be a little more conscious of how they enhance our lives and keep that on the forefront of our minds. So, I am Teresa. I am an emotional intelligence and personal development coach. And here on my channel, I help Black women 50 and over unlearn, relearn, grow, develop, and glow as they create the lives that they deserve. Again, the information from my channel is through the lens of a Black woman over 50. However, this is wisdom that any age or anyone can benefit from. So let's get into it. First, I would like to say that routines are fluid and flexible. They are not in cement. They can be changed at any time, and they may be different on different times of your life or even throughout your week. Routines truly depend on your lifestyle. So once you create a routine and you find that it's not working for you, or there's another life event or just a weekly event that is occurring, you can shift and change your routine, but it's ideal to maintain a routine. There are two major points that I want to identify when it comes to the benefits of routines. We know that the unknown can cause some anxiousness or even stress. Our brains are simply wired like that. For example, if you're in the workplace and you get a random email from your leader saying, hey, come to my office, let's talk, or you just receive an invite with a message of a meeting, but there are no details, your brain immediately goes into questioning because it has no idea of the why. You're thinking, well, what do they want? What could this be? And then you start thinking back, like, what could I have said? What could I have done? What happened this week? You are trying to come up with some reason to support this meeting. That's how our brain works because it's unknown. But when you know what to expect, you lean into it differently. So using that same example, if there had been a bit more context in the message from your leader of, let's meet, I want to follow up with what you mentioned before and we didn't have time to conclude. That simple difference changes your whole perspective. It changes how your body feels. In the unknown, our body gets a little anxious and stressed. Whether you realize it or not, it is occurring. And when you have that, just a little more guidance, it feels differently to you overall. That is the power of a routine as well. Routines offer a sense of familiarity, predictability. Routines give you that power to control what you can control. And so therefore, when you have a routine, some guidance, our stress decreases, our anxiousness decreases because you have an idea of what's going to happen. You may not know all the intricate details, but you do have a framework of what's going to occur. And that is the power of a routine. It decreases stress, decreases that anxiety, and that is powerful for our overall well-being. So I want to give you an example of my day. So for me, my routine, remember I said it doesn't have to be structured, So I have my day broken up into like 4 parts. I have my morning, my work day, my after work, and my nighttime. So in my morning, that consists of some things I'm going to do every day. I don't have the detail of I get up at 7, I work out at 7:15, I eat my breakfast at 7:30. So I don't have that structured, but I have a window of time. I know that between this hour and that hour, I'm going to do some exercise, maybe if that's a day that I exercise, because on some days with the weather changing, I exercise in the evening. So again, I know when those days are. They're not willy-nilly. But let's say in my morning, in that window, I'm going to exercise. I know I'm going to make my smoothie, my juice. I'm going to eat. I know I'm going to shower, prepare for work. I'm going to do my journaling. I'll have my morning devotion. But I don't have an order either. I do this first, second, third, fourth. I know that in this time period, these things I will do. Because for me, that gives me that opportunity, like I let my mood lead me to some degree. I might not want a smoothie first thing. I might make it and then drink it as I begin work. So my work day, I have a certain time that within this range, I'll start work around this time of the day. And so I have those work hours set. So I know during this time, I'm going to be doing work. My after work is I allow that time for me to decompress. So depending on what's on my schedule, I schedule in, I'm gonna do nothing, or I'm gonna prepare something to eat, whatever that looks like for me. But then I have my nighttime, and that nighttime may be when I begin to wind down for the night. So doing my nighttime facial routine, cleaning my face, doing some stretches. And I could be listening to a podcast or something while I'm doing this. But nighttime is that prep before bed. So that is my routine. It's not structured, but I do follow that. And as I mentioned earlier, when I was going through my journal and I realized that I got off, so I wasn't doing that window of things in the morning. And I know what's important for me is that I ground my day with those activities that are calming to me and my nervous system first thing in the morning. So I have that self-awareness. And that's the part you will need to do, is truly be self-aware of what works for you. Because some people may have more toward the afternoon, or maybe you don't work from home and you have to adjust some things, or maybe you are an entrepreneur, you have different times of the day. So the routine is based on what works for you. So that was number one. The second benefit is that routines actually improve your overall well-being and lifestyle. What you will experience as you are implementing your routines is that you have this expectancy of what to do or what your day is going to go like, overall. So your mind is at rest in a different way, because you have intentionally taken the time to create this framework of what needs to get done or what does not need to get done and can be moved to another day. And when your mind is at rest in this type of way, where it's not just full of uncertainty, overall, you have this idea of expectation, which decreases stress and anxiousness. It creates an overall well-being. Eventually, you'll realize that maybe you eat better because you have grocery shopping on this day at this time, call in your order or go to the store. Or you'll start to put in exercise. And as you begin to gradually exercise more, or you begin to go to bed earlier. As you are going to bed earlier, you begin to sleep well. And over time, with these routines, your overall health is benefiting, it is enhanced. We all have routines, whether they are positive or negative, whether you have consciously thought of them or not. There is something that you routinely do. A routine is really repeated behaviors. So when you think about what are your repeated behaviors, do you repeatedly go out to eat every day? Are you repeatedly sleeping in? Now, again, there's nothing wrong with going out to eat or sleeping in sometimes, but we're talking about a daily behavior. Let's now talk about what are some tips to create routines. First of all, if you are beginning a new routine or even considering this and thinking about it, don't try to change your whole life at one time. Choose one area to implement, and once that has become a little ingrained in your daily lifestyle, go to another area. So for example, for me, if I did not have my routine broken up in the 4 parts of the day framework, maybe I'll just start with the morning, and I'll start with what that looks like and consistently have those behaviors or practice those behaviors before maybe trying to change my night routine or my after work routine. But do not try to change everything at once. Beginning a routine also takes a mindset shift. So before you can just change something, it has to change within your mindset. So you may use affirmations. You may start to think of yourself as a person who does whatever that is. So for me, it was exercise. And so I would tell myself, you have one body, you have this vessel, you want to take care of it so that you can continue to do some things in life, and you want to be healthy. To be healthy, you have to exercise. So when I speak to myself, I'm shifting my mindset that I'm not just exercising just to exercise. There's some things I need to do in life that I want my body to be healthy. And so if I say that to myself daily, when I'm starting to exercise or when I'm making my smoothie in the morning, whatever that looks like, I am saying that and shifting my mindset as well. So know that as you choose whatever area that you need to, that you choose to have a routine, mindset has to shift as well. And you can do that by seeing yourself in that or talking to yourself, saying that information to encourage and support yourself on this journey of implementing this new routine. So if you're ready to set up a routine or to be very conscious about it, it's going to take some work. And that is what developing ourselves personally is all about. So get your pad, pen, or your phone, document what it is you do. So you're going to track your time. So if you want to start with the morning, the afternoon, the night, whatever works for you. If you want to start in the evening, say you just start at 5 o'clock and track everything you do from 5 until you go to bed. Do that for a week or two, and you'll get an idea of what the routine is that you currently have. And then you make that decision. How do I want my evening to be? And then you're able to tell, based on what you've tracked, what is it that I need to shift, change? What do I need to extract, take away? What do I want to add? And that is the beginning of how you start this routine. Now, although I don't have a lot of structure, if you are a very structured person, you may begin with, okay, at 5 o'clock, I need to do this. At 5:30, I want to do this. At 7 o'clock, I need to do this. That may work for you initially. And then as you go through that process and you practice and you are living your life like this, you may then decide you want to make some changes. You don't want to have it as structured. That's up to you. You may then decide, as I found years ago, I need a window of time to do some things because I like my mood to drive when I want to do what. That is a great way to start the routine. So what do we know about routines? They decrease our stress, our anxiousness. Routines are familiar. They have some predictability in our lives so that we are able to control what we can control. Routines also benefit our overall well-being. And we know that routines are not set in stone. They can change based on the day or the season of your life. I invite you to this discussion. Comment below and share a routine that you currently have or one that you would like to implement. Also, please subscribe, like, and share this video. See you next time.